The OKC Thunder have been a team that was expected to be on the rise this season. After massively overachieving expectations, making the play-in tournament last season, many including myself believed that they could be a playoff team this season. And while it's very early on in the season, it's looking like OKC is making that leap. Gilgeous-Alexander continues his superstar level play. Jalen Williams is taking that year 2 leap. And Chet Holmgren is establishing himself as the second best player on the team as a rookie. However, one player I thought would take a leap is third-year guard Josh Giddey, and so far that hasn't been the case. In fact, he's actually regressed compared to his second season. In this video, I want to talk about what exactly is going on with Josh Giddey. But quickly before we go any further, if you're new and like basketball, I would really appreciate if you would like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I release a video. I make videos about basketball all the time, and liking and subscribing are the two best ways you can help me out in the YouTube algorithm, help support the channel, and help me reach my goal of 10,000 subscribers by the end of the season. Let's try and get 100 likes on this video so YouTube will recommend it to others. Anyways, let's talk about Josh Giddey. In his second NBA season, Josh Giddey averaged 16.6 points per game, 7.9 rebounds per game, 6.2 assists per game, on 48.2, 32.5, 73.1 splits, and a 53.3 true shooting percentage. These numbers were encouraging as he saw improvement in his rookie season as his points per game, rebounds per game, field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, 2-point percentage, effective field goal percentage, and true shooting percentage all went up. Because of this, he was projected by many, including myself, to take another leap in year 3. But that hasn't been the case, as through 13 games to start his third NBA season, he's averaging just 12.9 points per game, 5.8 rebounds per game, 4.7 assists per game, on 44.2, 30.8, 82.4 splits, and a 48.7 true shooting percentage. It should be noted that his minutes per game are down from 31.2 last season to 27.4 this season. However, even if you look at that, the per 75 possession numbers still suggest that he is regressing in his statistics. One of the areas I noticed a significant drop with Giddey so far has been his finishing. Last season, Giddey saw improvement in his finishing numbers as he shot 58.3% at the rim on 6.9 attempts per game. While these numbers aren't great in terms of efficiency, the numbers going up from a volume and efficiency perspective as a rookie to year 2 was encouraging. However, this season, he's seen noticeable regression so far, shooting 50.3% at the rim on 6.5 attempts per game, putting him in the 5th percentile for rim efficiency. What I noticed when watching Giddey is a lack of touch on his drives. A lot of his misses feel like bad misses on tape. It wasn't like he was a great finisher to begin with, but the lack of touch has been noticeable even compared to prior seasons. Now, obviously, it's not as simple as that. His shooting touch is bad, but it's about more than just not being able to have good touch around the basket. I also believe his lack of separation on drives contributes to this as well. He's not the most quick, fast, or bursty athlete ever, to say the least. And you'll notice he struggles to get by defenders on drives and settles for tough floaters. Now, sometimes I don't hold it against him. I don't think it's the end of the world that he can't break down a Sar Thompson or Aaron Gordon, but he's not facing guys like that every night, and overall, it's noticeable on his tape as a whole that he's struggling to get to his spots as a finisher. Giddey is a bigger guard at 6'8", 210 pounds, but he's not the most athletic guard either. He's not the most quick or fast. He's not the most explosive. He's not weak per se, but he's not a super strong physical player either, and having that great physicality is usually something that makes up for not being the most quick or not being the most explosive, and he's just not quite that level of strong, even if I wouldn't say he's weak. The lack of rim pressure is noticeable. He's one of the worst finishers in the NBA, and he doesn't even really draw fouls. Another area I think contributes to his finishing flaws is his shooting ability. Now, Giddey isn't a Ben Simmons by any means. It's not like he's a non-shooter, but he's also not a good shooter either. As a rookie, he was in the 68th percentile in three-point volume. Year 2, he was in the 57th percentile in three-point volume, and so far this season, he's in the 22nd percentile in three-point volume, and he shoots 29.6% from 3 for his career. And it's not like he's taking a bunch of mid-range shots either. Per clean the glass in terms of long mid-range volume, he was in the 49th percentile as a rookie, 36th percentile in year 2, and so far this season, he's in the 29th percentile. So he's noticing a regression in how many jumpers he's attempting, which is a problem. Simply put, he's not a big threat as a shooter, and defenses know that. They know a lot of his scoring offense is at the rim, where he was in the 96th percentile in year 2, and so far he's in the 93rd percentile in year 3 when it comes to rim volume. Because of his lack of perimeter shooting, defenses are able to focus more on what he is as a driver. Being a good shooter expands your offensive range. Having more areas that defenses have to worry about makes it easier to score in all areas of your offense. And the fact that Giddey is limited in terms of his scoring spots is why he's struggling to be effective as a scorer. His lack of scoring effectiveness has led to his playmaking regressing as well. He's averaging a career low in assists per game, but I'm not actually worried about that because per 75 possessions, he averages 6 assists per game. What bothers me more is the assist to turnover ratio, which is at 1.7, a career low and also a really bad ratio for a playmaker of his caliber. Now, I think this is more of a product of lack of scoring threat rather than regression in ability. The vision and feel are still there with him, but the lack of scoring effectiveness is limiting him as a playmaker because teams know he's way more effective as a passer than a scorer. They game plan around limiting him as a playmaker and force him to try and score more. The more scoring gravity you have, the more effective your playmaking is because it puts more focus on your scoring, leading to advantages for those around you. The less scoring gravity you have, the less effective your playmaking is, which leads to disadvantages for those around you. Josh Giddey's start to this season has been concerning on tape, but the numbers outside the ones I've already talked about so far are concerning as well. He has a 25.3 usage rate, which is second on OKC among players that are at least in the rotation, as well as a career high in usage rate, but the other numbers are concerning. Negative 0.4 offensive win saves, 0.1 win saves, negative 1.6 offensive box score plus minus, negative 2.2 box score plus minus, a 0 value over replacement player. Among the starting 5, he ranks last in offensive win saves, defensive win saves, offensive box score plus minus, defensive box score plus minus, box score plus minus, and value over replacement player. For a guy with the second highest usage rate on the team, that's very concerning. I'm also noticing that Casey Wallace is closing games over Giddey at times, and a big reason for that is the fact he's a better defensive player and is also a more reliable offensive player to close lineups with next to Shai. Now, is it over for Josh Giddey? It's way too early to have a conversation like that. It's only been 13 games, too small of a sample size to throw out the positives he's shown over his first 2 seasons. It's possible that this is just a slow start, and he eventually does return to form. His fellow draft mates Cade Cunningham and Franz Wagner haven't had the most ideal starts to year 3 either. However, it is concerning to me, because it's not like he's in a bad situation roster-wise. He's playing with a top 10 player in the world who's averaging nearly 30 points per game on great efficiency, a second-year wing forward hybrid averaging nearly 18 points per game on great efficiency, a rookie who is already a top 10 player at his position and, in my opinion, the best rookie in the NBA, averaging 17 points per game on great efficiency, one of the best shooters in the NBA, and one of the best two-way rookies in the NBA. If Giddey was in a situation like Cade Cunningham in Detroit, where he's really the only legit offensive creator and playmaker on the team, I wouldn't be as concerned about this. But the fact that he's struggling on a really good team, one that looks like it has a chance to be a top 5 team in the conference, is concerning. The fact that his usage is so high and all the advanced on-off metrics are showing that he's a negative, and on tape, he struggles to score despite playing next to 3 guys averaging at least 17 points per game on at least 60 shooting percentage, including a near 30 point per game scorer, is concerning. Again, we can't rush to judgment yet. It's only been 13 games. There's a chance he turns things around. He wouldn't be the first or last player to have a slow start to the season. But if this isn't just a slow start, OKC will likely be making changes because they have a rookie who's playing really well. In fact, this rookie is starting to close games over Giddey, and he also slides him perfectly at that 2-guard spot. But I do hope Giddey can figure this out. I've been a big fan of his since even before the NBA. I was super high on him as a prospect, and I've enjoyed watching him play through his first 2 seasons. So hopefully this is just a slow start. Hopefully he gets back on track, because if he starts playing well, this already promising young OKC team becomes even more dangerous than they already are. But that's the end of this video. If you made it to this point, thank you so much. Again, haven't already, like, subscribe, hit notification bell, notified whenever I release a video. I make videos about basketball all the time, and liking and subscribing are the 2 best ways you can help me out in the YouTube algorithm, help support the channel, and I'll move you to my goal of 10,000 subscribers by the end of the season. Let's try and get 100 likes on this video so YouTube will recommend it to others. Let me know what you think about Josh Giddey in the comments below. Do you still think he's going to be really good? Are you worried about this start? Or are you not worried about this start? Love to hear all that down below. Also, I didn't mention this in the last video, but thank you guys for 5,000 subscribers. We are halfway to that goal of 10,000 by the end of the season. And I've been really appreciative of all the support you guys have shown me over the past year and a half now. And the support recently has been unreal. I've really been thankful for all of it. And I wouldn't be able to do what I do without you guys. So thank you for that. But with that being said, have a nice day. And I'll see you guys in the next one.